Hello everyone, this is Zoltar and welcome back to our Galactic Civilizations 3 campaign. Last time we managed to take over Mazda. It was nice, we got it done. We also kinda went hunting down some Drengen ships, just explored a little bit more. Our survey ships are still moving on. And we're still just kinda pressing forward, eventually make it to Gateway. Obviously the initial push through Craze Folly and Bond happened fairly quickly and easily, but we are starting to encounter bigger and bigger problems along the way. So let's just keep moving. Oh, good. One value space junk. That's exactly what I'm after right now. Always lovely to find. All right. I'll tell you what. We'll let the first fleet go ahead and focus on defending Bond for now. We really want to make sure we don't lose that planet. So hopefully that's going to be just fine. And we'll keep on keeping on. All right. Guys, check that graveyard for me. Yes, engage the pirates. Oh, we found a constructor. That's actually really nice because it would be wonderful to build a starbase in this area. I think we still can fairly easily. We'll just try and get it in position to get most of these resources, gathered up. I hope we still can. They keep building starbases on our territory. I see no reason we can't build starbases in their territory. And we have a colony that needs orders. Craze Folly, again, they've finished up all their manufacturing centers and power plants, so that's good to see. Yeah, we really should have put the power plant here instead of here, but... well, maybe it doesn't actually make that much of a difference. They both seem to get 5% manufacturing per level. So as long as we're only worried about it on a per level thing, then it's the same bonus regardless, like 2 extra manufacturing on the tile from the geothermal springs. So maybe it's alright and we didn't actually make a mistake at the end of the day. So, Craze Folly, what do we want you to do now? I don't think you had anything special about you. No, you're just a lush world. Which is fine. You're a lush world that currently has a lot of manufacturing again. A lot, actually. I'm still glad we got this down, but we're gonna really want to look at getting some other things done as well. Including a shipyard before too long, right? Either a shipyard here or a shipyard... maybe even in between the two planets. I don't know. We could try and get a missionary center down. Obviously, we will need to engineer a place for it first. So I guess we'll work on that. Where do we want to put it? It'd be nice if we could put it down in this area, but that's just not an option. We could terraform this and just drop it down here. Could have also terraformed this and put the hospital over there, but whatever. Let's see. What kind of bonuses does the center provide again? Influence, approval, and tourism. Well, we can kind of do something like that. Interestingly enough, our capital is on top of the haven. Not necessarily what we're after, but not the end of the world either. Let's see, there's a pleasure park we could put down if we really wanted to. I'm thinking we'll just terraform the spot for this, and we'll just drop it somewhere not entirely random, but... I'm not going to worry about it too much. We'll just soil engineer that spot. And drop the center next turn. Alright, scout, keep going. And let's see. Let's get that center started. Come on, where'd you go? There you are. I think I like the idea of ideology too much, that I'm pressing into it at every available opportunity is what it feels like, but I regret nothing at the end of the day. It's kind of just the way I work. Alright, there is a fleet moving in, but the first fleet should be able to defend the planet just fine, so I don't know if we have to worry about it too much. Oh good, more people encroaching on this starbase territory that we cleaned out. Thanks for that, guys. Let's end turn. I wonder what even happens if we construct... at this point. Like, do we actually even get anything? I'm honestly not sure. Well, let's go ahead and just build right here. We can't even, because we're within 5 tiles of another starbase, so they beat us here after we cleared it out, and now we can't build in this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see, their other one, it looks like, is down in this area, so... great. Great. We might take this planet after all, just to provide us some zone of influence so we can take over the star bases in this area. Well, where else can we put this? We can put it over here, perhaps. Although they've got this one set up, but it's like... It's their stupid starbase, and it's entirely in my territory. It's awful. There's another one here. Very frustrating. Very frustrating that they would do these things. So what do? We could just bring it back in this general area and get ourselves a whole lot more Durantium. That's what we're really collecting a lot of. What if we put it on this one to gather up more thulium and promethium? That sounds a bit better. I think we can do that. So let's just keep going. Silly computers. Yes, kill the pirates. Hey, we got a gunboat. Well, I mean, I think we can just dump that in here. We should have the space for it. Yep, no problem. Survey ship is so low on hit points, though. We're going to have to take a break for a while from this. He's down at 4 HP, and we can't lose him. He's the only reason that entire fleet's running around. Alright, intern. Let's see. Interestingly enough, I can't see the edge of the galaxy, which I think means I pressed a button at some point. But I don't know. I mean, you can kind of guess where it is, right? But I still don't know exactly where it is. Let's see. Idle colony. What do we want to do here? This is where we got that missionary center built. So it's kind of improving influence. If we built something influential next to it, it would keep improving influence. There is something to be said for that. We could just drop a research lab in the general area. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. What do we want to really do, though? I suppose we could build the elevation foundation here, but I still don't really want to. Let's see, data archive. Difficult. Difficult to figure out. We could just terraform something first. Where do we want to put it? We've got manufacturing up here as well, and we've just focused almost entirely on being able to build stuff. Haven't bothered actually doing any building yet. Well, tell you what, why don't you just build a shipyard for me? That'll give you something to do with your production. Might have multiple shipyards out at this point, I don't really know. Whoa, plus 50% growth for all races. Alright. Infinite shades of infrared. Yes, yes. That amusing joke that I believe we've seen before. Oh, cool. We have skilled starship construction now. Did we actually want that? I'm always nervous about these gifts because it feels like they can sometimes be a specialization, but I don't think skilled starship construction was a specialization. Maybe I'm wrong. Where are you, tech? You gotta be somewhere in here. Large-scale construction. Carriers. Maybe I just won't worry about it. I feel like it would be in here somewhere, because this is the area that's kind of like focusing on building starships. Orbital construction focus, starship manufacturing focus, hardened hulls. Was it large scale? No, we didn't just get large scale construction. And now I've completely broken whatever it was I was actually after, which I think was still beam amplification. There we go. Let's just move on with our lives and not worry about it. Keep moving a little bit. There we go. And we've got these guys to hunt down. Well, we can just wait for them to come to us. We still want to keep the survey ship kind of alive, so let's see. Where's the Crusader? He's in there somewhere. There he is. Crusader and the Vigilant and the Stalwart. You guys are kind of going to be the initial 3. You guys can take with you maybe the Ranger. How much does that put me at? Can't believe the Crusader only costs 5 logistics. It's just nuts. Maybe just a couple more things. Can I eject all of you? Kind of. Ish. Not really. Oh, I really want the capital ships all there. Maybe we just leave the cutter behind. Okay. There's a decent fleet there. Cutter, go back to the planet. You two both join this. No, still not enough space. Nope, come on. Come back out. Eject ship. Stalwart, get up in there. There we go. All of you use your 2 moves left. Yeah, 2 moves. It was actually 2. To start hunting down that fleet. Okay. Well, may as well keep scouting. We've done a lot to clean up Drengen influence in a lot of these areas, so that's nice at least. We'll just keep going. He's coming. And this is coming, but this is not an issue. This is the issue here. Knock it down, Crusader, because that's just what you do. Oh, you guys lost 3 hit points somehow? It's impressive. Frustrating. Okay, but we're back up to full now because most of them are fighters. Not a problem. Idle Colony, what do we want you to do? We've got manufacturing, fusion power plant. This was bond. We were also looking at maybe putting a shipyard here. We'll see what the penalty is for how far away it is from the other shipyard, I suppose. First, and see if we need to maneuver the shipyard at all. We could just build one out here, though. I don't know. Maybe there's an advantage to that? Well, if we're going to be doing that, let's stick to the plan and just build another basic factory for now. Just massively keep boosting that production. Okay. You guys can just kind of guard the area. That's fine. Okay. Request constructor. I hope that worked the way I wanted it to. Somehow I'm not sure. Did you actually run out of moves? You were out of moves already, so that was the problem there. So I didn't really want to request a constructor. Well, idle ship. We keep losing track of this scout is the problem here. Because I'm not really doing a whole lot with it. He's just kind of vaguely running around the area. Craze Folly Shipyard. Man, we've got a lot of places to assign production if we really want to. So bond loses a lot in distance decay. Like 20% feels like a lot. Obviously, we want to assign Craze Folly. Obviously. Some of these planets are already fine. We could assign some of these nearby planets to Craze Folly, though. This could be fine. Like, that's not that bad of distance decay, realistically, on most of these. Yeah, we'll just assign there. There's your 5 sponsor planets for this shipyard. Done. Load ship. I imagine this is another transport that we got finished. That's just fine. You're still building a transport. Let's go ahead and build a constructor first. You guys come hang out at Craze Folly. That's fine. You can start pumping out real ships for me. I almost want to stick with just giant, ridiculous ships because they're more fun. Like deadly missiles from our destroyer. Obviously, we've been focusing on beam weapons for the most part, right? Maybe we could get another beam weapon, but it's just the Crusader's beam weapon itself is just so huge. That was the entire point, was to let the Crusader do its Crusader thing. We've already got a bunch of battleships out. We have a few destroyers out. Maybe a carrier or two. Just add those on. Yeah, I'm tempted by this. Let's just build a couple carriers. Now, Mazda, I want you to entirely focus on improving yourself still. So focus on social, manufacturing, and that's fine. And I think there was one more planet that I had connected that I wanted to focus on itself. Yeah. You, I also want to focus on yourself for the time being. There we go. That should do just fine. Now, Craze Folly, how did I have you set up? You're still set up fairly evenly, even distribution everywhere, but we're going to have you just focus entirely on manufacturing and not so much on research for the moment. We still have this research stockade that's useless if we're going to go that route, so maybe we get rid of this thing. And approval's still fine, food is still fine, I think. Not going to worry about influence so much. We could just dump a manufacturing capital here and say, hey, a lot of ships right here, Craze Folly. It's kind of tempting, even without adjacency bonuses. Maybe that would be a stupid idea without adjacency bonuses. We can't terraform exactly where we would like to make all this work. I could put a manufacturing capital on top of this thing. And instead, like, terraform here and then dump a factory on it and then just move the capital right here. Maybe that's okay. It's a little long-winded, but it could still work out. Okay, 4 tiles is what you have. There we go. Intern. Good stuff. All right, Craze Folly, I think you finished up that. So it's factory time. Go. And we need to upgrade the starbase. I think we were just going to improve its mining for the time being, and that should be fine. Ooh, we could give it a mining headquarters as well. That would be interesting. Cool. Yes, yes, little scout. I really should just tell this thing to go and explore on its own, because I don't feel like bothering with it from now on. It's just like, you're a little scout. It's just going to get blown up the first time you actually find anything. So why don't you just go and do that on your own and not make me worry about it? Is the basic idea there. All right, Craze Folly, how we doing? Upgrading to a Xeno factory. I should also look at if I can... Like, don't really need an antimatter power plant or a data archive here. A refinery, though. Like, it would be nice to get adjacent with other things down here. But a raw for production improvement, I think, is still worth dumping down, even just right here. Yeah, it doesn't provide adjacency, but it's still not a bad thing to have down. We could also just scrap another factory and just be like, factory capital, manufacturing capital, and then Durantium refinery. We could do that. And then just dump the manufacturing center up this way. I don't know exactly what kind of improvements the refinery gets from being upgraded, though. I guess it's just the same improvements as everything else. So we would really want to use its ability to provide better adjacency than the manufacturing center. So maybe what we do is we just get those all built for the time being. That's fine. This is so dumb. All right, put the mega factory up first, because you can still build it in one turn, so why not? How much money are we losing right now? Probably a lot. People of the Iridium Corporation, consider a gift knowledge of enhanced production. Sure, why not? Look, we like you. It's all good. We're only losing 26 per turn out of the 10,000 we have. I should probably spend that at some point, but, you know, for now, I'm just not going to worry about it all that much. Alright, Craze Folly, let's go back to you. Oh, the manufacturing center will actually take 2 turns to construct, so I guess we'll wait on it. And our carrier needs orders. Are we still building more carriers here? Yeah, our carriers just build that fast. Okay. Yeah, more of them, sure, why not? You know, I'm really feeling like we might have overdone the production, and maybe a bit more science would have been in order at some point. Maybe we'll do that on Mazda. It'll take forever to get constructed because we're building on Mazda as fast as we can. On the other hand, we could start buying things here. Right? We could just, like, buy a mega factory maybe. It only costs 1,000. Just, yeah, buy the mega factory. Already used Rush for turns. We can't use another one. That's fine. Let's see. It's good at attracting tourists. Like, it's not naturally a science-y place, but we could turn it into one anyways if we wanted to. Because Aaron is serene. We might want to focus on influence for it. That sort of thing. Kanjin has really good food and growth. Or really good food, not good growth, but really high population cap. It's just bad at growing. He's still focusing on these manufacturing centers of all things. Alright. Let's plan a soil upgrade so we can put a solar plant down with those. Carrier, yes, come join everybody up at Bond 2. Okay, so I'm thinking we will turn Mazda into a bit of a science world. So we'll focus our cash that we've had sitting around for a long time into making that happen. Just by getting its manufacturing up first, because it's still important to have that, it feels like. And plus we were already set up for it, because it did have this cataract here. So, yeah, buy a manufacturing center, why not? Well, what's the upgrade here for a manufacturing center compared to what it's already at? It provides a 55% bonus. The Xeno Factory provides a 30%. And there was a step in between. I don't remember exactly where we landed. What if I cancel the manufacturing center? Okay, so it's at 40%. And I can bump it up to 55%. So that's a 15% increase, which isn't bad. But the fusion power plant would be 50. And if we cancel that, It's currently 25, so that's a better improvement. And I think it also provided better adjacency, so it's actually like a 35% increase for the power plant. So let's buy that. Idle colony. We definitely wanted to move this power plant if at all possible here. Because it's just not so hot right now. It needs these adjacency bonuses to be good. So let's destroy it and put it here. Maybe I'm too concerned about the adjacency bonuses. Once again, too much off-world trading company lately. Bond. All right. You also, like, we have a bunch of Durantium left over. We could get rid of this slave camp, which is providing a lot of manufacturing, but we don't seem to be able to upgrade, and it's only 35% base. If we look at our manufacturing centers, they're 55% base, right? So I think we still want to knock this down and then just put something absolutely ridiculous, like another Durantium refinery here, and then watch all that come in. How ridiculous would that be? How much manufacturing are you actually on right now, Bond? 34 only right now. That surprises me just a bit, although I guess we did just delete a building that was providing a rather massive boost. What are you doing with your governance? You're still making a lot of wealth compared to what I really want you to be, so let's adjust some of that a bit. There we go. Do you still even have any improvements focused around science here? Not really, but I think that's okay. We still need a lot of research going on. Aaron, I'm almost tempted to turn Aaron into a bit of a wealthier planet. And then my main planets are just kind of screwed because I didn't get to do anything with them myself. Alright, Scout's doing its scouty thing. Finally got beam amplification done, so the Crusader is absolutely ridiculous now. It's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so we were going to go to engineering now, and we were going to focus on logistics. Let's get advanced logistics, and then we'll head toward fleet logistics, and so on and so forth from there. That should all be just fine. New carrier spawned. Go ahead and send it up there. I've got to figure out how to do the... There we go, rally point. Set shipyard destination. Unfortunately, okay, it looks like we have to actually bind it to a spot. We can't just put it somewhere, but we'll just send them to Bond 2. And that should be just fine. I would have liked to be able to send them to any spot that I chose, so I could like dump them up here or something, but this is fine. Okay, we see a Dringan fleet up there for some reason. And our colony needs orders. Okay, got the refinery done, so we're up at 76 manufacturing now. Like a 4 base improvement seems pretty huge. Yeah, I mean, a 4 base improvement, we went from 11.2 to 15.2 base. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So that's a good thing to have down, I imagine. It's providing massive adjacency bonuses. We're up at 76 production. I did want to maybe put a couple more things here somewhere. The Territorial is fine because we're actually a little bit low on approval at this point. We might even want to put more approval, blah, words, down somewhere, which would mean an entertainment center. We could also scrap the Territorial. Well, Territorium's 10 approval right now. I feel like scrapping that would not be the best call. We could just put an entertainment center right here. There you go. That'll help. Excuse me. Sheesh. Getting a little ridiculous with that. All right, now we end turn. Everything's starting to come together just a little bit. It takes time, but it's getting done. All right, you're now working on an entertainment network, which is fine. Let's go ahead and queue up a shipyard after that. This thing will just have a shipyard of its own, pumping out units like crazy. And then this colony here, Craze Folly, needs something to do. All right. Well, we were going to scrap this manufacturing center, I think, and drop some Durantium on it instead. This is going to drastically reduce my production for some time. With any luck, though, it'll be worth it. I should have that somewhere in this list, right? There it is, Durantium Refinery. So destroy the center, drop the refinery. Still only going to take 3 turns to build that tile back up again, so that should be just fine. Let's see, you're doing just fine. We'll go ahead and buy this manufacturing center as well, I think. Well, another option is to just start buying these research labs and stuff. Technological capital, for example, we could just put down right here. And then just start dumping technology all over it. Put like a data archive here. Let's see, where can I improve tiles in this area? One there, one there. Terraforming, okay. So maybe we put the capital here. And then we terraform the tiles around it like this. Soil engineering can catch this one. Planetary soil upgrade can also catch it. Okay, so we should be fine. So the capital provides a level 3 to research to adjacent stuff. And I think the data archive did the same. Right, okay. It just happens to cost thulium. So maybe we'll put the archive here. And we'll just upgrade these tiles and kind of dump the capital here. And then turn all this into research. I think that could be okay. Why don't I go ahead and queue stuff up now so I don't forget about it. So tech capital there. Data archive can go there. Now how much would that cost even? We could buy the capital just right now. Just flat out, bam, done. Another option is to just buy the manufacturing center and eventually get to the capital. I'm so tempted just to buy this now though. Your approval's kind of low on this planet. We'll need to fix that up at some point. We have this ancient wonder here, which is good for influence and tourism. I'm still tempted to kind of just drop a... I mean, we could drop a consulate there and it would be really good, right? A lot of influence growth, that's fine. But I think just dropping an entertainment center in the short term would be a bit better. Just right here, have it upgraded a little bit, it'll be just fine. It's not a big deal. Maybe we don't even use the ancient wonder. We could also just put the entertainment centers up here. Like, just drop 2 of them and hope that's good enough for the time being. Yeah, sure, why not? No, over here. Shoot. Cancel that one. There we go. Oh, decisions. So, building you gives a 200% bonus to research, but we're only at 3.7 right now, so I'm not so concerned about that immediately, I suppose. Yeah, we'll just leave it here for now. And buy this manufacturing center instead. There we go. Oh, our scout found something. Good job, scout. You're dead now. I'm proud of you. Way to be. Now I don't have to micro you around anymore, or even let the game micro you around anymore. Aperture needs more orders, it looks like. We've got that fusion power plant completely constructed. It's up to a good 60 manufacturing. At least that feels good enough to me. We were going to put that capital down somewhere. I don't even know what happened to that. I was like, man, I should build a capital. And then I think I put down a Durantium refinery instead or something where I meant to put it, so whatever. I'm just bad at these things. Let's drop this elevation foundation finally. Let's just get it built. I got the ability to do that so long ago and I just never bothered. Alright, still got manufacturing centers flying up here. That's fine. Mazda, you're still working on that Xeno factory. Haven't finished it up yet. I guess we'll give you a turn to do that. And then we'll come back. Yeah, 200% compared to 25%. Those are very, very different things. So I guess the data archive is basically exactly the same as the research laboratory. It just costs way more and then gives way better adjacency bonuses. So it's really only good if you're planning on heavily abusing the adjacency. Interesting. All right. Now I was thinking about putting a manufacturing center here somewhere. The manufacturing capital. 200% improvement to manufacturing, as opposed to the 55 base here, and then a +3 bonus. So it really didn't matter, I guess, which one of them were in the center, but I do want both of them in this area. So let's go ahead and destroy this guy again, and get this capital down. It's kind of sad I'm wasting a lot of manufacturing, figuring out exactly how I want to set all this up. They want money from me for Durantium? I mean, I guess I could use that. Durantium's nice. I have a lot of money left over. Yeah, sure, why not? Just to make them happy. They can be like, yay, we traded well. I think that's what they wanted, at least. Yeah, good. Okay. Let's go ahead and intern at this point. Okay, our shipyard constructed. Well, Bond can run that shipyard on its own, I suppose. Is what we were aiming for over here. Bond's still building a stadium, so that's all fine. It should be splitting its production now. Yep, 50-50. That's all good. So how fast can you do something like pump out a carrier? Yeah, in 7 turns. So it's really not a bad amount of production, it feels like, out of that one. Let's go ahead and build... Not a carrier. We've already got a bunch of those pumping out. We could just build a constructor. Just to have more of those running around. It's kind of backwards building the constructor out here, though, and the carrier's way back at home. So we'll just build cruisers instead for the time being. Maybe not even that many cruisers. I don't know if we need that many cruisers. It would be better, perhaps, to do... I mean, an Overlord is an option, but it's not really dedicated to anything, which makes it a bit awkward. I think I would prefer not a carrier, not a sniper, not a battle axe. Maybe a destroyer or two. A couple destroyers and then a couple battleships, maybe. And cancel the cruiser. There we go. That should be fine. And our starbase needs upgrading. There you go, mining headquarters. Get all the mining done out here. Now, we might want to improve some of our Durantium, but we still have a lot of it left over. And we're really going to have to figure out better ways to spend the rest of these resources. Ooh, and we can improve this starbase at some point to get more research out of this guy, perhaps. That could be useful. Okay. I feel like we're still cleaning up, but we're still making good progress. As you can see, we've got a nice big army kind of developing at Bond, which is nice. Looking forward to using that. We're just trying to clean up. Right now, I want to get to advanced logistics, maybe push to fleet logistics as well, just so I can build up a giant army around the Crusader and really send him just annihilating planets after he's got a good amount of support built up around him. But for now, we've been going for a decent amount of time, so we're going to go ahead and call it for this episode. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.